So, it has been revealed that the next Super Edition, releasing in September of 2024, will be titled Ivypool's Heart. And my last video on the Super Edition was written before we even knew the Super Edition was going to be about Ivypool, so needless to say, I got a lot of things wrong in that video. Well, except for the fact that Super Edition 17 would be about Ivypool. It absolutely is. And staying in line with other recent Warrior Cats releases, we've gotten a blurb for the book that is quite long and perhaps reveals way more than it should. So let's talk about it. I'm going to go through the full blurb and give my thoughts as we go. Let's start. Fan favorite Ivypool takes center stage in Ivypool's Heart, a thrilling, super long standalone adventure in Aaron Hunter's #1 nationally best-selling Warrior series. It's been many moons since Ivypool lost her daughter Bristlefrost to the Dark Forest. Yet Ivypool can't bear to move on. Even being named Deputy of ThunderClan feels meaningless in her grief. So right off the bat, yes, the Super Edition is going to cover Ivypool's grief for Bristlefrost. I think any Warrior Cats fan could have expected this, as Bristlefrost is the most popular cat from recent books. Of course the writing team isn't going to ignore the topic of her sacrifice in a book about her mother. Now, Warrior Cats addressing grief for Bristlefrost does make me nervous, as their attempt to tie it into the ending of A Light in the Mist was incredibly lackluster in my opinion. I'm really hoping their decision to include it in the Super Edition is their way of not rushing it this time, not just dragging out already used ideas over a longer book. Continuing on, when Whistlepaw has a disturbing vision, one that could spell disaster for all the clans, a group of cats is selected to go on a quest to investigate. Ivypool is happy to join their mission. Perhaps being away from her daily responsibilities will help her escape the painful memory of Bristlefrost's death. A group of cats being selected for a quest after a cat receives a vision. A tale as old as why does Warrior Cats keep getting away with doing this exact same plotline? This Super Edition takes place at the same time as the Starless Clan 6, so I imagine Whistlepaw is chosen so it could be awkwardly shoved in the background of that book, and not be confused with anything Frostpaw is doing. And Bristlefrost's death is mentioned again here. Yeah, I think it's going to be incredibly central to the plot. Continuing on, the cats set out on an arduous journey, facing everything from painful hunger to bloodthirsty dogs, but nothing can prepare them for what they find. A disgusting two-legged den that's caging a series of strange animals, including two who may have surprising ties to the clans. The cats facing dogs on their journey? I would be more excited if the writing team told me the cats would not see a single dog the whole way through. The cats are always running from dogs when they leave clan territory. Get some new material. Well, they are also getting new material, because the big hook for this quest turns out to be what we can assume is an exotic animal hoarder. Strange animals definitely implies animals the cats have never seen before, and it being a single den rather than a full two-leg place would mean that this is probably no zoo. Yeah, my guess is they're adding lions to warriors. These two strange animals are definitely either two lions or a lion and a tiger, though I'm leaning towards two lions, probably a male and a female. The surprising ties to the clans is most likely referring to the fact that the lions match up with myths of legend, Lion Clan, Tiger Clan, and Leopard Clan, and they probably speak the same language as the cats. So the clan cats can be like, oh wow, they're not myths. Our ancestors actually did meet lions in the past. The reason I'm thinking it's only lions and not a mix of all three is that two creatures isn't enough to cover all three, and lions are generally the most commonly used in fiction. Continuing on, in order to complete their quest and right a terrible wrong that goes back generations, the 5 clan cats must help these creatures find their true home. But first, Ivypool must let go of the past and her grief, if she is to have any hope of ensuring a future for the clans and for herself. And that's the end of the blurb. There's a lot to unpack here. First of all, that terrible wrong. I think this is simply that the lions were captured and they should go back home. This does give me an idea for a better plot Warrior Cats could have done, where they could meet foxes and badgers and be confronted with the fact that the clan stole their home back in New Prophecy, and have an actual moral conflict that isn't just nature good, humans bad. Because the Warrior Cats clans have arguably committed crimes similar to humans in terms of taking over land. But no, Warrior Cats isn't that smart. It seems to be a very safe plot, especially since they seem to be going the animal hoarder plot, when something like rescuing the lions from a zoo would have been taking a bolder and more controversial moral stance. As for how they plan to get the lions to Africa, I don't know. They did plan the entire Super Edition 18 to extend the journey further, so I suppose there is a lot of time for travel, but it's hard to imagine they actually make it there. One possibility is that they eventually find good two legs that take the lions and properly relocate them. As for whether any clan cats wind up in Africa, most likely not, unless they go the route of hopping on some ship that some knowledgeable kitty pet can guarantee goes back and forth. Another place with room for theories is which 5 clan cats are going. The 5 number makes me think they're doing 1 cat from each clan. We have Ivypool. It was Whistlepaw's vision, so she's a safe bet. Devwing seems fitting as Ivypool's sister, but I don't think she would leave Birchkit behind, so let's go with Tawnypelt. She has a lot of experience questing. It might be a good candidate if they wanted to tragically kill one of them off. I'll go with Rootspring from SkyClan, since Mourning Bristlefrost is very central to the plot, and he's on the same boat with Ivypool. And finally, RiverClan. It's gonna be a completely random cat. You know how in The Fourth Apprentice, the cats representing RiverClan were Ribbletail and Petalfur? RiverClan in this book is going to send an equally forgettable cat. Also, apparently the outcome of this quest has the fate of the clans hanging in the balance. Nothing new. Considering a rainstorm came out of nowhere to destroy all cats when SkyClan tried leaving, it could mean anything. My guess is that the lion ancestors have a connection to StarClan, and that Lion StarClan and by extension Cat StarClan depends on the 2 lions being saved. Yeah, those are my theories for the book. Let me know yours in the comments. Alright, bye everyone.